Hello and happy Halloween. Happy Friday. Happy Halloween. Blessings to you on Samhain and All Hallows Eve and spooky season. So, hooray. I am wearing my Renaissance Festival hat because I rarely get a chance to, so might as well. But also I didn't want to put on a full regalia for just my writing because we're also doing laundry and all that kind of stuff. So, and I don't know that we'll get that many Halloween trick-or-treaters, but hopefully it being a Friday, maybe we'll get a little bit more than we normally would, maybe. So yeah. So hopefully you're having a wonderful day so far. If you did not remember, I'm a fan of Florence and the Machine, and Florence's new album dropped today slash like midnight plus 1 second. I thought I was gonna have to wait till like 10 o'clock this morning or something. And I was gonna listen one more time to Symphony Magic because I pre-purchased the album, so I was going to listen to it just one more time before bed, and then it rolled over into Perfume and Milk, and I was like, ooh, and so I had to listen to the whole album like twice before I went to bed. So very good album, very excited about it. There's like maybe 3 songs that I'm not like completely in love with yet, but I mean generally a very good album for and usually I'm pretty picky about my songs. So I'm excited to have a full Florence album that is amazing. And then I also saw that Freya Writing has a new single out. So just all the good songs coming out all at once. And for those of you who are Swifties, recently you had, well, recently-ish. I mean, it feels pretty recent still. You had Taylor Swift's new album. So the fall, like the end of the summer hits, the beginning of the fall and winter hits, I guess. So yeah, exciting. All good things. Monique says, "Happy Halloween. You love the hat and the purple. Thank you. I couldn't find something that's like an exact match, but it's close. So you are geek bounding, Disney bounding, Scarlet Witch, Wanda Maximoff Day. Nice. Very nice. You also have a writer's chat and a game night in 2 different Discord servers later tonight. Wow. You're going to be busy. Do you get a lot of trick-or-treaters or no? Do you how's that going to work with your gaming? Could be long after the kids are supposed to be in bed, but you've been listening to Agatha All Along's Ballad of Witches Road on loop, Sacred Chant and Rock version. Nice. Might have to check that out too. But yeah, so we have Friday. We have some sunshine. It's great. We have our first frost advisory for like tonight and tomorrow morning. So that's a first, which feels appropriate for the timing. It's kind of on and off, but your brother's going to be handling. Okay. So that way you can play to your heart's content. Excellent. Good. Fantastic. Okay. We need some doggos. We need some work, and we need a plan. We need a plan for today, for November, for everything. Oh, speaking of November, I did finish my November setup for it's just like chaos brains. So apologies for that. So here is my November calendar. I am in love with these stamps. I did add some gold ink to it. I have my typewriters and some astrology stickers as well. And then I decided to do a little vial for my word tracking. And then most of my weeklies all look like this at the moment. So I used up all of my black and gold writing stickers, did some more of the dragon stamps and the book stamps, and then drew a vial with gold on each week. So just slight variations, different typewriters, different dragon books, things like that. So here's another one. So yeah, lots of stickers, lots of dragons, lots of books. But I'm pretty pleased with the way that turned out. So, gorgeous Buju, thank you. It's a B5, so it's bigger. So A5, let me show you the difference between them. A5 is the teal, and B5 is the green behind it. So it's a much bigger size. It's also, right now they're both super chunky, so you can't tell. But generally the B5 has fewer pages. There's usually about 160 pages instead of the 192 that typically come in an A5. So there's fewer pages, but they're bigger. That's typically the difference. Let's see. I think I do. Yes, I do. I have a B5 and an A5. Okay, so these are unused. This is the difference in the thickness of them unused. So there's not, at this point, there's not a huge amount of difference in the thickness of mine because they are used. So where did I get them from? So this one was Archer and Olive Plant-Based Bride Collab collection. So I specifically was searching for that one because I really liked the deep green and the very simple. So this is my first, I think this was my first A&O purchase. And then this one was also Archer and Olive. It's a more linen texture, so it catches dust, which I'm not in love with. But I really liked the coffee and books theme. I need to update this. Girl, I have not been updating my reading journal. I've been keeping tabs electronically, but I have not updated this. So I need to do that before I start forgetting where I've put things. The other notebooks, like this one is from Tifosi. So the only places that I have purchased from other than like Michael's in person for like a $5 bullet journal, and Amazon for a pretty cheap but doable A5. This was from a brand called Imshoy. Cream colored paper, not numbered, but it works as a more budget friendly. But the colors are not like the colors of the notebooks are not great, but they are great for putting stickers on. But these decorated ones are, this one is Tifosi. So either Archer and Olive or Tifosi for like the pretty journals. That's where I get them from. I know there's a couple other brands that have been recommended to me. Yop and Tom. Let's see. Yeah, Yop and Tom Bujos, which I have not tried. I I know that there was another recommendation besides that, but I can't remember off the top of my head. But that's the one I wrote down in my journal as a recommended. So yeah. And there's like Clever Fox and things like that, Passion Planner, all kinds of things if you want more structure to your journals than just the bullet journal aspect. But yeah. So the pretty journals are either from Archer and Olive or Tifosi. Not sponsored. I used a discount code from like Jashi Corinne or Aaron Smith. Like happy to support the people that I watch their content. And if they're going to give me a discount code and this affiliate code, like good on them. So yeah. So yeah, that's basically, I'm trying to think. I do have another journal that I haven't used. I can't remember what, and it's like, it's a lot more goal oriented, but I don't remember what the brand is. I don't think it's Passion Planner, but I can't remember what it is off the top of my head, and I don't feel like going to root for it. Anyway, yeah. Okay. Did I put the poll up? Yes, I did. Okay. So here's the thumbnail for, here it is, for the post today, or the poll today. Which ghost or spirit would your main character meet on Halloween? Would they meet a Kelpie? Would they meet a hungry ghost? Would they meet someone who is demon possessed? Or none? No ghosties for your main character. I always find the stories of Kelpies and some of the other, I could not find images for like the Ruskala. I think that's how you say it. Is that how you say it? Ruskala? Rusalka. Yeah, Rusalka. So take that, like that would be another option if if I could have another option. But yeah, so the Kelpies are interesting because they're sort of, at some points they're like sea creatures, at some point they're bog creatures. Some variations of the folklore have that if you generally it's either children or young people that they approach this beautiful horse to touch it, and then they can't let go. And then the Kelpie will drag them under the water where its true ghostly, ghastly appearance will reveal itself. So you get stories of like, a series of children or young ones being like disappeared off the face of the earth. And then like one will chop his hand off with an axe and survive to tell the adults about it. So you have, stories like that, which are interesting. And I always sort of take those kind of with a grain of salt because sometimes when times were hard, people would choose to either abandon children or make them disappear, and then the stories would begin because they couldn't feed them, things like that. And then you have the hungry ghosts, which are interesting because no matter like if you are offering them something, like offering them the spirit of food, they can't taste it, or it's not enough, or they died of starvation, and so they want to eat something living. And so there's a whole bunch of different variations of hungry ghosts, which are cool. And then of course, demon possessed. There's lots and lots of stories about that. I feel like they're more popular in the West, though, maybe because of the Christian influence of things. But I'm not 100% sure of that. If it's sort of like equal, because eventually, the trade routes and the stories got swapped all around, and then like, stories get sent everywhere. So And then the Rusalka are interesting. They're not on the poll, but they're really interesting because usually they're young women who died um, in the majority of the time, from what I could read, from essentially sexual crimes. Like they were assaulted, um, they were killed for not obeying and being submissive, um, or that they were murdered, just in general. And so usually they would haunt um, lakes and rivers and things like that, and they would specifically kill men. So there's sort of like an interesting um, variation on what you would consider a siren who would lure men with their voice in the ocean. So these are more lake bound type spirits. So it's interesting. And also the fact that they have that sort of, they have a reason for wanting to kill men, whereas the sirens are just kind of like just for the fun of it, just because that is their makeup. There's no necessarily like reason behind it. Um, so yeah, so it's, I find them interesting. I find a lot of folklore interesting. Okay, this is like one of my rabbit holes, which is why I have like a bajillion books on myths and folklore. And so I'm not normally like a horror person, but when we're talking about spirits and folklore, I'm like, yeah, these are interesting. I like these. These are cool. Yeah. So Hungry Ghost is rooted in Buddhist culture. Is it just Buddhist, or is it Buddhism and Hindu and Shintoism? But I feel like that was one that would be spread with Buddhism, yes, because Buddhism like crossed a lot of those trade routes. Um, so yeah, makes sense. Yeah, Miyazaki's No Face can be an example. Yeah, yeah. But like Japan has some really, really weird ghost stories. I was talking to this about I was talking to my parents about this. Like you have long neck ghosts, slit mouth ghosts, um, and one of the, if I'm remembering correctly, one of the reasons for long neck ghosts was that as a punishment, someone would be buried up to their shoulders, and like food would be placed just outside of their reach. And so the ghost would like, or the person would try and stretch their head so that they weren't starving to death. And then eventually, as they died of starvation, their neck was longer and longer and longer. And so that's how they become long neck ghosts. I feel like that's one of the explanations of long neck ghosts. That's probably not the only one. If I'm remembering that correctly, which I could be not. Kara says, you're trying to be nicer to yourself than you normally would be in these circumstances. You kind of collapsed mentally yesterday. Oh, I'm sorry. Couldn't make yourself do anything. It makes you angry when you do that. Please be nicer to yourself. Recognize that you do need rest at times. Recognize that rest is also crucial to your mental health and to your physical health. And sometimes when you push yourself past that point, it's no good for you mentally or physically. And so remembering to take care of yourself is also part of life. And so, yeah, try not to beat yourself up about it. It's okay that you didn't feel like you got much done yesterday. It's okay. There are days that happen. There are weeks that happen. Sometimes there's months or seasons or years where you don't get much done. And that can be part of life. So try to be nicer to yourself. Yes, I agree that is a good idea today. Wikipedia says both Buddhism and Chinese folklore. Yeah. Yeah. You went looking for a Kelpie plushie and learned that a Kelpie is also a breed of Australian working dog. Oh, interesting. Did not know that. Did not know that. Wait until you learn about the Filipino aswang. Is it aswang or ashwang? Supernatural creature that can shapeshift. Can be a shapeshifting vampire, ghoul, or witch. Often described as being able to transform into animals. And are not known for their long tongues they use to suck the blood of fetuses or other organs from victims. They are often associated with a specific fear of female shapeshifters and being linked to pre-colonial spiritual leaders. Oh, so they're demonizing the okay, gotcha. Or the Babai Babailians, who were demonized by the Spanish colonizers. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Interesting. Okay. Yeah. Uh, okay, so there's one specific type that separates it from its lower torso to fly. Often hunting pregnant women. Okay, interesting. I feel like I've definitely seen um, an episode of something that has a creature similar to this, the specifically the like torso separating and then the like long tongue. So that's probably based on this. Um, yeah. And then of course the countermeasures are something that's very Catholic, which makes sense if they're demonizing the original religions and spiritual practices. First pronunciation, Aswang. Okay. Yes, yeah, that was yeah. That was I was reading. There's a specific like version of this. It's like okay. Um, Kara says I wasted a lot of years wallowing in your own mental mess. You didn't know any better. Yeah. Um, I think we all do that though, because if we are not taught coping strategies from other people when we are growing up, we don't have those as sort of like an internalized system for ourselves. So we have to hunt around for ways that will um, ways ways that we think will work, and sometimes they don't. So that's what we have to figure out, what does work for ourselves for coping mechanisms, or we have to seek somebody else who can teach us as an adult um, how to do and regulate what we should have learned much earlier. But again, you can always learn now. You know it doesn't have to weigh on you, because you can always just start fresh today. So, type of vampire, yes, she'll be the main villain of book 5. Ooh. Okay, Kara says is the Malaysian version of the flying head vampire. Oh, okay. Let me pop that open too. Let's see if I can. Okay. So it's a little 10-minute podcast type thing. Okay. Gotcha. In the 80s and 90s, therapy involved. Yeah. And you don't get along with those. Yeah, most people don't, which is why. Yeah. All right, y'all. Let's go ahead and take those critters off the screen, and then we can get the doggo or doggos for the day. Okay, so we have Ronnie, Rupert, and Ralph. for Thursday. They are the Golden Daisy Trio. You will now be granted 3 wishes to help you on your quest. 14 out of 10 for all. So here are Ronnie, Rupert, and Ralph. And they look very adorable and might even give you an extra wish if you give them head scratches. So, very cute. Very cute. And then we have Moo. He thinks there actually is enough room in this town for the both of you. So here is Moo in his very generous self. 12 out of 10 would vote him sheriff. So, okay, then we need a card, right? Oh, and we got the dog spirit. Be loyal to what you love. It's number 19. So here we go. The dog appears to remind you that although change is a part of life and all of us are meant to evolve, our love and our commitments remain strong. You are loved now and can trust that this higher love is true. The universe loves you, and love has arrived in many forms, manifesting in the people you surround yourself with, expressed uniquely through them. The dog also says, be true to that which you love, for now is a time of good fortune. Be steady as you recognize that people and things are always transforming. Your heart is loving and true, and the dog wants you to know that your steadfast commitments to experiencing and expressing love will attract and manifest more love, and you deserve all of it. Have faith in the universe's plan for you. So there's our dog friend, who looks very fluffy. Very fluffy. Okay. So we need our documents open, right? Nope, not that one. This one. Save the other one I was working on this morning. Minimize. Okay, got the current document up. That's number 1. Number 2 is make sure that you have something to hydrate with. I do have water over on my coaster. We need a spooky timer for today, so we'll do silent timers, at least for right now. Okay. All right, so 1 save, 2 sip. Cheers. 3, straighten your spine or roll your shoulders back for that posture check. Make sure not slouching too much. And 4 is make sure if you need a break, take a break. Here we go. 30 minutes in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. Oops. I keep putting the wrong buttons. How'd we do? I got 933 words, which is pretty dang good. Was on a flow there. I was listening in with my earbuds to Florence's album. Got some in my hair there. So yeah, so exciting. Also went and checked on the laundry very briefly. It's still going around in the dryer. So I got a good start. I am very tempted to just like Chaos Gremlin November in terms of like Plot Bunny, brand new, just original nano spirit of like on day one, uh, just like new idea, new chaos. I mean, like I know some people spend all of October like planning and prepping and stuff, but for me, um, I am Chaos Gremlin when it comes to nano, and I do decently, not perfectly, but decently when I Chaos Gremlin just out of nowhere, like the day before, make a decision as to what my like what if question is. What if XYZ happened, or so I'm very tempted to Chaos Gremlin November. Despite all of the things on my Kanban board. I'm very, very tempted. So, yeah, I guess we'll know more tomorrow about that. Depending on what I open up and work most on tomorrow is gonna be my, I guess my decision. Um, but yeah, so that's sort of where we are with Nano 2.0 slash rough draft challenge slash Readsy. Who else has a writing challenge? Somebody on Instagram. But yeah, so very, very tempted to be Chaos Gremlin. So, when I pulled the Four of Stakes, which is staves, wands, is that correct? Or swords? What are the stakes equivalent to? I can't remember off the top of my head. Funky just logged in. Happy Halloween. Happy Halloween to you as well. Love the hat. Thank you. It's my Renaissance Festival hat. It's the like I get to wear it like maybe a couple times a year, like 2 to 3 times. You've been slightly warming up for National Novel Writing Month. Okay. So are you like pre-gaming in that what you're writing today is going to count for November, or are you outlining and figuring out everything that you're going to be doing in November? Like, how are you warming up for Nano? Let's see. Because I know CB has planned out lots of things. CB's always really good about planning ahead of time. Somebody I think had mentioned they were going to be doing the Readsy challenge. I know quite a few people on authortube are going to be doing the rough draft challenge, which with like HB90 and Heart Breathing's community. I think Kate Kavanaugh was the one that talked about doing Nano 2.0 in a relatively recent video. Also, her cover looks great. For thanks for watching, looks great. So does Chandra's. Just like all the good things, all of the things. Somebody else got. I'm trying to remember. Is it Meredith? Is that right? Posted a video yesterday about getting a deal for 2027, spring of 2027. I want to say. So, yeah, exciting news for AuthorTube. Lots of fun things. You're still editing, so you've been kind of catching up to where you're at in the edit and doing a little bit before November. Gotcha. You don't count your words, especially during edits, but just using Nano to get your using November to get your button gear. Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay. Let's do the second sprint. Second sprint. Let's do the hedgehog. Just cause. Okay, so 1, save your document and all of the wonderful progress we've made. 2, make sure you have something to hydrate with. Cheers. 3, straighten your spine, roll your shoulders back for that posture check. Make sure you're not slouching too much. And 4 is make sure if you need a break, take a break. Here we go. 30 minutes in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. How do we do? Let's see. 577 in that section plus 151. So 728 that time. Eight. Okay. So what is that? 100. Oh, wow. 1,661. Okay. Not bad. Not bad thus far. How'd you do? How did you do? Was that a good sprint? I can hear that the laundry has stopped now that I've taken my earbuds out. So I need to go swap that during the sprint, next sprint. Monica's going to go out with fam early. You got pulled aside to help out with making lunch. Here's the link to My Ex is a Vampire. Check out my book if you want a fun, spooky read for Halloween, and bye. Hopefully you have fun with the fam and lunch. Okay. We need to do a third sprint, so let me just roll this over into that so I can do that. 39. Okay, let's do this. So 1, save your document. Save. 2, straighten your spine. No, sorry. 2 is sit. There we go. Cheers. 3 is straighten your spine and roll your shoulders back. 4 is make sure that if you need a break, take a break. Here we go. 30 minutes in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. I managed to get another 273 after I went and switched the loads and folded what came out of the dryer. Um, so yeah, so we're good for that. Don't forget to vote in the poll as to what kind of ghost or spirit your main character might encounter on Halloween. Let me put up the share screen window. There we go. There they are. Okay, let's see. Celeste said, Happy Halloween. So happy Halloween to you. You're getting ready for November 1st. Yep, NaNoWriMo, National Novel Writing Month. Had to go to the other printer because for whatever reason, mine didn't want to connect to it. I did get the one thing I needed off of that though. Kara says, I hope this is okay. You're making lunch, putting the turkey in the roaster, doing laundry and all that. Yep. That's why it's writing and productivity sprints, because life has to happen too. Here's the link for the Hush Little Baby anthology. So there's the link through Kara's blog. CB is here. Hello, welcome. You know, it's kind of crass to say it like this, but happy Nanoween. I don't think it's crass. I think it's fine. So he thought mentioning Nano was crass. Not well. So the original founders or founder has come back and created Nano 2.0 essentially. It's just basically like, here's some badges for yourself. No forums, no chat, or like none of that. Just like encouraging you to write. So National Novel Writing Month is a thing. Nano 2.0 is a thing. Rough Draft Challenge is a thing. So like it's fine. We don't want to go back to the old Nano, which their website doesn't exist anymore, I don't think. I think it's a 404 type of thing now. Funky says it got editing and coffee drinking done. Very nice. Very good. Excellent. Yes, now there's a new non-icky Nano 2. Yes, exactly. You're going to be going to Houston from December 11th to January 7th. That'll be a nice visit for you. Hopefully you enjoy. Hopefully it'll be a little bit warmer than where you currently are for Christmas and the new year. So that'll be nice. Yeah. Yeah, it did sort of WCW itself, didn't it? Yeah. Okay, let's finish the poll. We do have a clear winner today. So 57% of our main characters would be encountering a hungry ghost. 29% would be encountering no ghosties at all whatsoever. And 14% would be encountering a Kelpie. And none of our characters are meeting any demon-possessed people, which is probably fine. So that's how that poll is winding up for us today. So I'm trying to think if anybody has like a midnight stream tonight, like a midnight rolling over into let me check the spreadsheet and see if anybody has. Yes, so Books Before Death is having a NaNoWriMo kickoff party starting at 10:30. Rhiannon is going to be on tonight, as is Mama Maggie and Jenna. So there's going to be quite a few. Let me just do the tiny URL. So there's the tiny URL. But there are quite a few streams this evening, so that hopefully we will ring in both the Halloween trick-or-treaters, post Halloween trick-or-treaters and National Novel Writing Month, and our new month efforts. That'll be hopefully very good. So, I wish you luck with your costumes and your trick-or-treaters, and your bonfires and your roasted marshmallows and all of that kind of stuff tonight. Jack-o'-lanterns, if you're doing them. Have fun, stay safe, and enjoy the night. And I will see y'all in November for our writing extravaganzas. So, thank you very much. Don't forget to save, and I will see y'all soon. Bye.